And welcome to Houston Newsmakers Extra. I'm talking with HISD Superintendent Millard House II. Thank you for being here and being a part of this conversation. You come to Houston from Tulsa, and I got to tell everybody we're talking about earlier, and you said you are literally
an Okie from Muskogee.
Okie from Muskogee.
Absolutely.
Mother from Muskogee, Oklahoma.
And father from Langston, Oklahoma, but of course I was reared in Tulsa.
So I have to think that with the family of educators, your mother and father, both educators, you had a big family of educators. Was that something that was already kind of put in your mind as something you might want to do, or were you planning on doing something different and you ended up back in education?
You know, it's cliche-ish, much like, you know, any individual that had a family that was focused on one particular career goal or career track. I tried to fight that and go in a little bit direction. So I didn't come into education traditionally. Mm-hmm. I was alternatively certified. I had dreams of being in the medical field at one point, and being a physical therapist didn't pan out that way. So ended up in education and haven't looked back for the last 26 years.
So you did pretty quickly too. I mean, as far as I was reading, you were a principal pretty quickly. How did that happen? I mean, you came into it and something about education, the leadership part of education, grabbed you. What was that?
Yes, I was a 26-year-old principal, and it was because of the belief that a principal had in me, the belief that an area superintendent had in me. And
isn't that interesting how mentors can make a difference in your life that way?
It's huge, and it's something that I've tried to concentrate my efforts on over the years is really finding those tangible leadership qualities in individuals and helping them along the way as well. So, you know, those individuals believed in me, and we've had an opportunity to lead at a high level.
Do you find that inspires everybody in the rank and file when they know that if you do well, you can move up, that gives everybody more incentive to do well as well?
There should be multiple pathways in everything that you do. And I think education is no different. So it's important that we really pay close attention to what we can do to keep people in the field. And by developing multiple pathways that people can see and know that they have an opportunity to lead, whether it's a teacher leader, whether it's administrative at the school level, whether it's at the district level, that's important to have that in the sights for people to pay attention to.
I've always said that the good thing about Houston, and I came here from Miami, and I say the same thing about both of those places, it's very demographically diverse. Yep. Good news. Bad thing about Houston and for Miami is it's very demographically diverse. You have all these different factions competing for various things that they seem to think are important. What's the challenge of doing that, and how do you make that work?
You know, I see the diversity as an opportunity, quite frankly. I think we're, you know, looking at 145 different languages. Mm-hmm. You know, several schools have, you know, 50, 60 different languages in one particular school. But I think that's what equity is really finding out where people are culturally, academically, and really being able to meet those needs where they are. Mm-hmm. So I love the idea of the diversity. Houston is, if not the most diverse community in the country. It's one of the most diverse, and I love it.
So I will tell you that I'm a hardcore girl dad. Okay. I got 2 sisters, no brothers, 2 daughters, no sons. So I know women, I work with them very well.
Okay.
You, my friend, are going to be working with a lot of women, and you're going to need to work with them very well. Absolutely. What are you looking forward to in that process with the HISD Board of Trustees?
Well, not only do I have an incredible board, but I have an incredible daughter as well. I do have a son who's 10 years old and another apple of my eye, but it's going to be important. We've started off with great momentum as a board of trustees and myself, and it's going to be important that we keep that momentum. Mm-hmm. On my first day on the job, what we chose to do is to host a board retreat. And that was a great platform into to what I believe will be a strong relationship of holding each other accountable and doing what's necessary to show that we are in a different place. Mm-hmm. And we're looking forward to making the difference that we need to make for our community, our students, and our city.
How big of a deal is the optimism and attitude that go together to help you with everything that you're trying to do with all the trustees, the process going forward, optimism, attitude, what role do they play?
It's important. Anytime you have a leader that's in front of people, if they don't have the hope and optimism, then who will? So it's a part of what I'm supposed to do is focus my efforts on being positive, understanding what it is to bring folks together. So it's in good, bad, or ugly situations, it's a part of what I will do regardless.
Well, I'm glad to see you here. I'm hoping to see you back here on Newsmakers Extra whenever you get the opportunity. This is Houston Newsmakers Extra. Share this with everyone you know. All educators, everybody, share it.